Hey guys, it's Sheldon with Polar Pal Heaters here. Today we're doing setup on our Polar Pal Elite series. Please note that setup on the Polar Pal X series is the exact same, it just does not have the folding legs. We've designed the Elite series to be fully portable. The folding legs make it very easy to set up and keep your exhaust pipe elevated above the ground or other surfaces. The Pro X series has been designed for stationary purposes, such as setup on a mount. We're super excited to bring you guys this easy to use, reliable, purpose-built heater designed for the rugged demands of North American weather. Our heaters are 27,000 BTU units. They feature automatic altitude adjustment up to 10,000 feet, Bluetooth connectivity so you can run it off your phone, and a built-in thermostat. Our heaters have been built with some of the best and most reliable components, including a silent fuel pump, Kyocera glow plugs, precision cast burner, sealed PCB board, leak-proof fuel cap, and silicone gaskets. Our heaters all come standard with parts and components including a wireless remote, 8-foot folding heat tube, rotary vent, exhaust pipe, exhaust muffler, intake pipe, air filter and installation parts, power cable, and product manual. Now we're going to show you how to set it up. First thing out of the box, you're going to want to refer to your product manual to make sure that you have all of your installation parts. You're going to need your installation tools, starting with a pair of scissors and a Phillips screwdriver. Once you've pulled your heater out of the box, you're going to want to fold out the 2 folding legs and tighten the 4 wing nuts below to ensure that the legs remain in place. To set up our exhaust pipe, we have a 90-degree exhaust elbow if you need to use it. Please note that this is optional. Take a small clamp and put it over the large end of the exhaust elbow. Simply feed your exhaust pipe into the exhaust elbow and tighten your clamp. Take your 90-degree exhaust elbow and install it over the exhaust port. You can tighten the clamp through the screen at the front of the heater. You may need to adjust your exhaust assembly by putting gradual or slight bends into the pipe. Always keep it no less than 90 degrees and on a downwards angle. Less restrictions in the exhaust assembly is always better as it reduces back pressure. Next, we're going to take our exhaust muffler and install it onto our exhaust pipe. Please note that this is an optional step and the exhaust muffler does not need to be used. When attaching your exhaust muffler, make sure that your drain hole is always pointed down to prevent condensation buildup. Install a small clamp onto the exhaust pipe and attach the muffler. Next, we're going to take our intake pipe. We're going to take a small clamp, place it onto one end of the intake pipe, and install onto the intake port. Now we can tighten our clamp through our screen. Once the intake pipe is onto the intake port, we can take the pipe and run it through the hole at the back of our heater. Take your air filter and begin screwing it into your intake pipe. Please note that there's no clamp needed for this process. Now that our air filter is attached to our intake pipe, we're going to take our zip tie and run it through 2 of the holes in the back of the heater. Wrap it through 2 holes of the air filter. This is going to help keep our air filter clean, tidy, out of the way. And we'll take our scissors to trim off the tail of our zip tie. Next, we're going to want to install our 8-foot folding heat tube onto our heater. Using our large clamp with a wing nut, place it over one end of the heat tube and onto the heater. Take our large clamp with a Phillips screw, place it over our heat tube, and put the rotary vent in. Now we can tighten our clamp. Our next step would be to take our red and black power cables and install them onto the back of our heater. Please note that these power cables come with 2 different end sizes, one size being M6, the smaller size, and the larger size being M8. The M6 size is the size to be installed onto your heater, and the M8 is to be attached to your 12-volt battery or power source. Now that your power cables are attached, you can hook up the M8 ends to your 12-volt battery or power source. Please note that we also do have a 12-volt DC adapter available if you decide to run your heater off of a power bank rather than a standard 12-volt battery. Now that we have our exhaust pipe, intake pipe, heat tube, and power cables installed, we can simply fill our heater with diesel and attach to our 12-volt power source. A quick tip when transporting your Elite Series heater is to leave the intake pipe attached, zip tied to the back of the heater. Now all you have to do is remove your exhaust pipe and simply fold the legs around your intake pipe. Now it is fully portable with his exhaust unattached. Now that our heater's all set up, stay tuned for our next video. We'll walk you through how to start up your Polar Pal diesel heater.